Get ready to dive into some seriously steamy territory today as we take a deep dive into Embrace Desire by Connie Riker.
Oh, this is going to be good.
It really is. Riker just completely unpacks how female erotica has evolved, like from being this hidden thing to, what it is today, this powerful force.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's almost like watching a taboo transform into a tool.
Exactly. Like a tool for empowerment, right?
Yeah.
And you can really see how technology and changing attitudes have fueled that shift.
Totally. And it's not just about, access to these stories. It's about women owning their narrative.
Yes. It's about embracing desire on their own terms.
Owning
it, yeah. And Riker, she really gets into how this genre dismantles the male gaze.
Yeah, she does. It's like she takes those tired old patriarchal norms and just throws them out the window.
The window, yeah. Bye-bye.
Gone.
So one thing that Riker digs into is how those ancient myths, like Beauty and the Beast, connect to modern erotica.
Oh, that's fascinating.
It is. It makes you think, right? Like that whole beastly transformation thing.
Right.
It's everywhere, even in those classic fairy tales.
It's true. But what I find really interesting is what Riker says about the power dynamic.
Yeah, the innocent woman, the monstrous but powerful man. What's the appeal there?
It makes you wonder why we're drawn to these stories. Like, is it that primal desire for a protector?
Or is it something deeper? Like, are we subconsciously drawn to this idea of taming the beast?
It could be a bit of both. Maybe that yearning for a partner who's, like, both powerful and vulnerable at the same time.
That's a good point. But, Riker doesn't shy away from the potential downsides either.
Right, because sometimes that beastly behavior is just a way to justify some pretty toxic stuff.
Exactly. It's a reminder that a challenging relationship shouldn't mean sacrificing your well-being.
Right, exactly.
Okay, let's move on to another dynamic that Riker explores, the whole alpha versus beta male thing.
Oh, this is a juicy one.
It is. It is. And Riker argues that female desire isn't about picking sides. It's about recognizing the appeal of both.
So it's not just about the strong, dominant alpha, but also the sensitive, reliable beta.
Yeah. Like, is there a way to have both?
Right. It's that tension between the two that's so interesting.
Like, maybe you want a partner who's both your passionate lover and your best friend.
Exactly. Someone who embodies both strength and emotional intelligence.
It's about balance, right?
Yeah.
Someone who can protect and provide, but also truly understands you.
Absolutely.
Okay, this next topic is one of my favorites. Exotic escape.
Oh yeah, let's go there.
Pirates, sheiks, tropical islands, sign me up. Yeah. But Riker, she goes beyond just the escapism.
Right, she digs deeper.
Yeah, she connects those settings to themes of adventure, forbidden desire, even danger.
Oh yeah, that danger element definitely adds to the excitement.
It does. And it allows for exploring power dynamics that you might not see in everyday life.
Exactly. Like imagine a pirate captain who takes what he wants, or a sheik who commands obedience with a glance.
Ooh. I like where this is going.
It creates a space for women to explore fantasies of submission and dominance.
But in a context that feels safe, right?
Right.
It's not all about far-flung places, though. Riker also explores urban fantasies, those involving billionaires, especially.
Ah, yes, billionaires.
Skyscrapers, penthouses, lives of luxury.
It's like the modern fairy tale.
It is. But why do you think those settings are so appealing?
Well, the urban setting itself becomes a symbol, like of power, ambition.
So maybe it reflects a desire for control, security, or that yearning for a modern-day fairy tale.
I think it's all of those things. It's about escaping limitations, indulging in a world where anything is possible.
I love that. Now let's talk about a setting that always gets pulses, racing hospital.
Oh, the medical world.
Riker dives into the appeal of medical erotica, and it's so much more than just finding doctors attractive.
Oh, absolutely. It's about the power dynamic.
Right, like that heightened sense of vulnerability when you're a patient, coupled with the trust we place in medical professionals.
Exactly. The doctor, often a surgeon, has this position of authority, expertise, maybe even control over life and death.
And Riker points out how this setting can flip traditional gender roles.
Yes, we often see women in those dominant roles.
So they're not just saving lives, they're taking control of their pleasure.
Rewriting the script.
I like it. Speaking of rewriting the script, let's talk about the eroticization of friendship.
This is a trend that's been gaining a lot of traction.
It has. What I find interesting is how these stories really highlight the intimacy and trust that's already there in friendships.
So it's like taking that foundation and then, adding a layer of tension, exploration.
Exactly. It challenges those typical romance tropes, those instant attraction, whirlwind romance kind of things.
It feels more grounded, more real.
It does, like showcasing how relationships can evolve organically.
And Riker points out how this theme allows for a more nuanced exploration of power dynamics too.
Right? You might have friends who are equals in most areas of their lives, but then they explore like dominance and submission in their relationship.
Challenges assumptions about like fixed power structures. It's fascinating.
It is. Okay, let's move on to a classic theme that just never gets old. Forbidden love and taboo relationships.
Ah, yes. The allure of the forbidden.
It's a classic for a reason. And Riker explores a whole range of these relationships.
Yeah.
Teacher, student, boss, employee, even step-sibling.
And it makes you think about why those relationships are considered taboo to begin with.
It does. Riker argues that these stories tap into our desire for transgression, breaking societal rules.
Right. And exploring those forbidden desires can be thrilling.
It is. And we can't talk about exploring desires without addressing consent and kink.
Of course. Consent is absolutely foundational, especially when we're talking about kinks and fetishes.
Riker's really clear about that. It's like she's saying, yes, let's explore, but let's do it safely, respectfully, and in a way that empowers everyone involved.
And she doesn't shy away from discussing a whole range of kinks.
Which is so important for normalizing the diversity of desire, right?
It is. It creates a space where women feel comfortable exploring their own kinks without shame.
Absolutely. So, where does Riker see female erotica heading in the future?
She's very optimistic, She sees the impact of technology, social movements, evolving attitudes.
It's like we're finally moving away from those old, tired tropes that limited how we talk about female sexuality.
Right. We're seeing more diversity, inclusivity, a real focus on female pleasure and empowerment.
It's about women owning their narratives, their bodies, their desire.
And that's incredibly powerful.
It is. Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive into embrace desire, I want to touch on a theme that Riker really emphasized, the patriarchal influence on female erotica.
This is an important conversation to have.
It is. For centuries, the male gaze has dominated this genre, dictating what's desirable, how women's sexuality should be portrayed.
It's like that Madonna whore complex, right? Women are either pure or they're temptresses. No room for nuance.
Exactly. And female erotica is pushing back against that.
Hard.
It's about reclaiming female desire and portraying it in all its complexity.
All its richness.
Riker also explores how religious beliefs and societal expectations have shaped how women view their own sexuality.
It's true. There's so much shame and guilt that's been ingrained in us.
For generations. And that shame is often used to control and suppress women's desire.
But female erotica is challenging that, saying no more.
It's like a giant screw you to those who try to shame women for wanting pleasure.
For exploring their sexuality.
Exactly. It's about breaking free from those constraints, embracing our sexuality on our own terms.
And celebrating it, not shaming it.
Celebrating it, yes.
Yeah.
And recognizing that women's sexuality is just as diverse and complex as men's.
If not more so.
Now, before we move on, I want to leave you with a question that Riker poses. How can we create a space where women feel truly empowered to embrace their desires, free from judgment and shame?
That's a powerful question.
It is. It challenges us to examine our own biases and assumptions.
Especially when it comes to erotica, a genre that's often demonized or dismissed.
And it pushes us to dismantle the structures that try to control and suppress female desire.
It's about demanding a world where women's pleasure and empowerment are celebrated.
Not condemned.
Absolutely. And that's a conversation we need to keep having.
Yeah. And it really makes you think, dismantling those old structures, could it lead to a better future for everyone?
Right. Like maybe liberating female desire actually benefits all of society.
Exactly.
Okay, so Riker spends a lot of time in Embrace Desire discussing the subversion of the male gaze.
That's so important, especially in this genre.
It is. I mean, historically, erotica has been so shaped by male perspective.
Right, like what men want to see, what they find desirable.
For so long, women's bodies have been seen through that lens,
Totally. Reducing them to objects, ignoring what women actually want. Exactly. But Riker argues that female erotica is pushing back against that, reclaiming the female gaze.
It's about showing the world what women really desire.
Not what men think they desire.
Yes.
She talks about authors like Anais Nin and Erica Jong.
Oh, pioneer.
They were groundbreaking, exploring female sexuality from a woman's perspective.
Paving the way for a new generation of writers.
It's like they opened the door for women to tell their own stories.
On their own terms.
And technology has played a huge role in that too.
Oh, absolutely.
Riker talks about how the internet and self-publishing have given women more control.
They don't need permission anymore.
Right. It's like they can bypass those gatekeepers who often prioritize the male perspective.
Exactly.
And that's led to a much more diverse representation of female sexuality, wouldn't you say?
Oh, for sure. We're seeing a wider range of desires, kinks, relationships.
It's really exciting. Like, the digital age has given women the tools to reshape erotica.
To own their narrative.
Okay, before we wrap up our deep dive into Embrace Desire, I want to touch on one last thing. Self-love and accept it.
This is so crucial.
It is, especially for women who are constantly told they're not good enough.
Right, like we're supposed to shrink ourselves, be ashamed of our body.
And that makes it hard to embrace our sexuality, to experience pleasure.
Absolutely.
But Riker's message is so clear. Love yourself, accept yourself, and embrace your desire. No shame, no apology.
It's about recognizing that our bodies and desires are worthy of celebration.
And that true sexual liberation comes from within, from radical self-acceptance.
It's a journey, you know?
It is. It's not just about reading erotica or exploring fantasies. It's about building a healthy relationship with ourselves.
With our sexuality.
And that's a message I think everyone can get behind.
Absolutely. It's about reclaiming our pleasure, our power.
Well, I think that's a great place to end this part of our discussion.
It is. Embrace Desire is a fantastic exploration of female sexuality.
I highly recommend it. And if you're ready to embark on your own journey, you can find Embrace Desire on Amazon Kindle and Google Play Books.
Yeah, it's about recognizing that liberating female desire isn't just like a personal thing. It can really impact society as a whole.
It's about understanding that it, benefits everyone. So Riker dedicates a big chunk of Embrace Desire to talking about subverting the male gaze.
And that's so important, especially in a genre like this.
It is. I mean, for so long, erotica has been told from the male perspective.
Yeah.
Catering to male desires.
Right. It's like what men find sexy, how they view women's bodies.
Exactly. Women's bodies have been portrayed through that lens, reduced to objects.
Yeah, and often ignoring what women actually find pleasurable.
Yeah, exactly. But Riker argues that female erotica is challenging that. It's like taking back control.
Reclaiming the female gaze.
Yes. And she talks about authors like Anais Nin, Erica Jong.
Oh, they were trailblazers.
They were exploring female sexuality from a woman's perspective.
Which was revolutionary at the time.
It was. They paved the way for so many writers to come.
Giving them permission to be honest.
To be authentic. And technology has had a huge impact too.
Oh, absolutely.
Riker talks about how the internet and self-publishing have given women more control over their story.
It's like they don't have to wait for someone else to give them permission to share their work.
Right. They can just put it out there.
And bypass those gatekeepers who, maybe aren't as interested in the female perspective.
Exactly. And that has led to such a wider range of stories being told.
Oh, yeah. More diversity, more inclusivity. It's amazing.
It is. Before we wrap up our deep dive into Embrace Desire, I want to touch on one last theme, self-love.
Yes. This is so important.
It is.
Yeah.
Especially because women are often told they're not good enough, that they need to change themselves.
It's like we're constantly being told to shrink ourselves, be ashamed of our bodies.
And that makes it so hard to just be ourselves, to enjoy our bodies, our desires.
It really does.
But Riker's message is so clear. Love yourself, accept yourself, and embrace your desire.
No shame, no apology.
Exactly. It's about realizing that our bodies, our desires, they're worthy of celebration.
And that real sexual liberation comes from within.
From self-acceptance.
It's a process, but it's so worth it.
It is. It's not just about reading erotica or fantasizing. It's about building a healthy relationship with ourselves.
With our sexuality.
And that's a powerful message.
Oh.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Embrace Desire by Connie Riker.
It's been such a great conversation.
It has. And if you're ready to explore these themes further, be sure to check out the book. You can find it on Amazon Kindle and Google Play Book. And as always, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of ideas